Hey, everybody. Today, I'm going to cover how you can pass your life insurance exam on the first try, your life or your life and health insurance exam on the first try. So it's pretty straightforward. I know it may not seem like it, but I promise there are some basics that you can apply to your study habits and what you're doing every single day in your studying that will make sure that you pass on the first try. So the first thing I want you to understand is that this is a big vocabulary test. All right. So if you know all the definitions to all the vocabulary words, then it's impossible not to pass, right? Because if you know all the words and all the vocabulary list and whatever you're studying, then it's impossible not to pass. So the tough thing is, though, sometimes those vocabulary words are worded in a way that's really difficult to understand. And trust me, I get it. I know what it's like to be sitting there going through your course and you have all these financial services terms that it's like a whole different language. Like you might as well be learning a new language. And I know exactly what that feels like. So what I did when I was studying was I really went to research the different ways that you could define those vocabulary words. So if there was a word I didn't understand, I made sure that before moving on in my course, I did some research, whether it was online or YouTube or wherever, to figure out different ways to study that word. Now, there are some great tools out there like ChatGPT that can really, really help you. But what you want to do starting out is make sure that you don't progress further through your course or your studies until you understand the words that you're going through. Like, don't push through chapter 1 until you understand all the words in chapter 1. Don't go to chapter 2. Now, I know there are some people out there who say, hey, just watch the videos or do the practice exams and you'll be fine. Well, that makes sense. But the thing is, it makes sense sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't, because like a lot of the courses that are out there, they don't have practice exams that mimic every state. So like most of the courses out there are only based on a few states' content, and then they generalize it for every state. You know what I mean? So like maybe they just took like Florida's practice exam questions or Florida's exam questions and then changed the laws a little bit, changed the law questions a little bit, because that's what they need to do to match every other state, right? For those state law questions. But 80% of the exam is general content questions. So if you're getting general content questions from what Florida's exam looks like, if you're in Minnesota or California or North Carolina or Texas, they're probably going to be a lot different. You see what I mean? So there aren't any courses out there. Well, there is one course out there that actually went through and mimicked each state's practice exams to give you the most realistic exams that there are. If you have any questions, please just drop them in the chat. I'd be more than happy to help you guys. The goal of this is to help you pass your life and health insurance exam on the first try. That's the goal. Help you pass the life and health insurance exam on the first try, whichever one it is that you're taking. So first thing, make sure you know all the vocabulary words. So as you're going through your exam, your course, make sure you know the words before moving on, and make sure that you can paint a picture in your head about how each of those words functions. The next thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you're studying in the way that your brain can best understand the material. So maybe you are a visual learner, or if any of you guys are watching here right now are visual learners, just drop it in the chat. Say, hey, I'm a visual learner. I'm a visual learner. It helps me. And I think that's why a lot of people watch my channel, is because the way that it's easier to understand for me when I have something in a video that explains it to me or has diagrams, rather than just reading this huge complicated material. So you want to make sure that you're reading and understanding in the way that works best for you. Maybe you need to attend a live session, right? I have live sessions every other Saturday. Pretty soon they will be every Saturday, but it's an 8-hour live webinar where we cover everything as much as possible in 8 hours that you need to know for your exam. Maybe you're better at reading text, so you got to utilize some other text resources. So that's really important. And then also you want to make sure that you are taking the practice exams as many times as possible. All right. Getting exposure to the questions and being put on the spot to have to recall the information quickly is really, really important. You can also find your state's exam outline by just Googling it. So say you live in Florida, you can just search Florida Life Insurance Pre-License Exam Content Outline on Google, and you'll actually be able to find a PDF version of that exam outline. So it's pretty cool. You can actually go on there and search and see it, and then you can go step by step or piece by piece through the whole outline to make sure that you understand all of the material. I see a lot of people get tripped up on the riders, the types of riders that are out there. Also annuities. You want to make sure for things like annuities and the riders and the types of policies that you can actually picture in your mind how they work. Another thing too is some of the words associated with the legal concepts can be tough for people, like estoppel and exclusions, representations and warranties, different types of authority, stuff like that. I want you to understand too that the course you're going through might have more or less. Well, usually it'd have more than what you might need to pass your exam. Now, in myself, having created courses for passing life and health insurance exams, it's because the states can be dynamic. Some years they may add things, some years they may take things away. So the course companies, instead of having like 50 different courses, they'll just put they'll have like the base material for every state, or base material is pretty much the same for every state, plus and minus a few different things. And they'll give that to you guys as part of the course package that you bought, plus the state law sections. Okay, state law sections, you want to focus on some of the things like how long the free look period is in each state, the grace period, how the departments of insurance in each state are structured. So really, I would make someone, okay, I'm in California. I have yet to take my test, and I finished ExamFX last Monday. I'm giving myself 2 weeks to read my notes, take 2 ExamFX live classes, or watch recorded split in 4 days. Okay, cool, awesome, great job. So that's a perfect thing right there, a perfect way to go through it. Make sure that you're going through all the vocabulary lists to understand all the concepts and all the material that's on those lists, because it really is a big vocab test. If you can go through all of your practice exams and get like an 85% or higher consistently, you should do pretty well on the final test. Now, one of the harder things is that I don't think ExamFX practice exam questions actually really mimic the PSI. I think California uses PSI. Correct me if I'm wrong. But let me check my chart here. If anybody wants to know the vendor in their state, then you can just put it in the chat, the state that you're in. And I can also find you the pre-license exam outline for your state if you just want to put the state you're in the chat. Yep, California uses PSI. So PSI, Prometric, and Pearson VUE are the main vendors that are out there. Alabama and Kentucky use their own state thing. But all those vendors have different question styles. So it's important that you're exposed to the different question styles that are out there for those specific things. But if you can just get it down, like get the material down to where you could look at that outline and be like, okay, yep, it's in there. I know I recently created a California pre-license course, and I had to go through this massive, like 25-page outline and say where each piece of information on that outline is located within my course, or else they wouldn't approve me for pre-licensing. So like, I know everything's in there, and I had to go line by line through the whole outline. So going through the material there is important. California is like super strict with it. If anybody else, if you want any Star Chicks 01, thank you. If anybody else has any questions or comments, life insurance pre-license. If anybody has any question or comments, please put it in the chat. I'm going to get you the California. I'm going to see if I can find this here. Yeah, educational. Okay, let's see. English, accident, health. Let me put here, life. It's on their website. So this is a Chinese one. Wow. That's impressive. Yeah, here, I'm going to give you the website. You should be able to find them here for the California one. So it should be somewhere on there, some of the outlines there. But live sessions are huge. So like I said, I have live sessions on Saturdays. I'm going to be introducing some other live sessions during the week where we cover like different pieces of material. I have so much content on my YouTube channel for everybody that you can usually just like go on there and see. Like I go through practice questions and really any of the tough topics. If any of you guys are having trouble understanding any of the topics themselves, then just put it in the chat there. I know sometimes the courses are tough to understand. It's like It's hard. So what I'm going to do too for everybody here, I'm going to put in a couple programs that I have available. So if you check in the chat right there, I have my, well, that didn't do it right. Hold on. Delete. Yeah, here we go. Is it going to do it there? No, it didn't do it there either. I'm going to put it one at a time. So I have some courses available. I have my insurance exam mastery course. This has a 90% pass rate, more than 90% pass rate on the first try for someone's exam if they go through all the material in the mastery course. So it's got all the state material. It's got all the state laws, everything you need for that. All the vocabulary lists that I have that actually have examples for each vocabulary word. So I went through every single vocab word and I gave examples for each one so that to help paint a picture in your mind of exactly how it works. So in the mastery course, it's normally $490. It's $97 right there, $97 offer for it. So I have the vocabulary list, cliff notes, over 120 videos. It includes the practice exams. So we went through each state's exam outline and then took the vendor in each state and then used AI to create simulation exams that match those vendors in those states using real practice exams from those vendors and real exams from those states to make sure that all the questions were like in the same design as they are on the exams for those states. So like if any of you guys, everything I went over on how to pass, memorizing the vocabulary words in the mastery course, I have vocabulary that's all optimized for a 4th to 5th grade reading level. So it's no super complicated financial services terms. You still will understand exactly what the words are in the way that it will help you pass your exam on the first try. All the cliff notes, same thing, optimized for a 5th grade reading level. Over 120 videos. I have advanced questions, flashcards. I have literally everything in there, and 6 practice exams that pull from question banks so you can take the exam multiple times and get different variations. So I have thousands of practice exam questions in the mastery course, and really literally everything. If you go through that and you don't pass, it's literally impossible. If you get the mastery course and you go through everything and you get an 85% or higher on the practice tests and quizzes and you don't pass, I'll give you your money back. That's how confident I am. I know you'll pass taking that. And then the practice exams are available too. Those are only $37. You can add some study guides to it for only $9 extra. So I stumbled upon your channel not too long ago. I'd like your explanations. Job required you to use Exam FX. Yeah. So I don't know who hired you. They probably told you that you had to use Exam FX. They probably gave you the discount code through them. You can get your license using anything. So they probably just gave you that because that's who they work with. Put the agency in there too. I can give you some insight on how to best be successful there. I think I've worked with at most places, so or not at, but I've worked either at some or with a lot of companies. I've been in business like 6-7 years, so I kind of know pretty experienced on that. So if anybody has any questions and things that they're running into, they're stumbling on, please put it in the chat for me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Florida one, California doesn't look like that. Yeah, I mean, I took 18 months. I don't know what other course you're looking at. There's a couple course companies out there. Oh, Symmetry. Yeah, I know so many guys that work at Symmetry. They're actually going to be. Oh, some of them are going to be are actually already using my course for their people. So shoot me an email. Yeah, shoot me an email. I know a bunch of guys at Symmetry. I know a bunch of guys that are like really, really high up at Symmetry. They're really, really, really cool dudes. So, yeah, shoot me an email, and that's pretty cool. Really good company. Cool. Anybody else have any questions? You got me for a few more minutes. Anybody got questions about the different things that they run into on their exam? Anybody confused about annuities or life insurance policies or underwriting or retirement plans, anything like that? I'm here to take some questions. I already went through the basic tips, which are getting all the vocabulary words down, studying like a madman, watching all the videos that you can possibly find or have access to, taking practice exams a bunch of times. I know the material can seem pretty thick sometimes going through these courses. But that makes sense. So I know the material can seem pretty thick sometimes, but honestly, it's the state's fault because they require a certain amount of words be in each course. So this is the government for you, but they require typically like 20 to 30 hours of studying, which means 120 to 180,000 words. It's a lot of words. Colorado is 50 hours of studying. So if you think your California course is a lot, Colorado's is like wild. I don't know why 50 hours, but that's just what they want. So they want enough words. So if any guys are like, dang, this is like, I know when I was reading mine, I was like, why is this so many? Why is this so long? They could make this so much more simple. And that's really what I tried to do on my courses there that I put in the chat here. So right there's a link to the practice exams. You find it in the chat if you want to take advantage of the practice exams here. 50. You have to pass the 60%. I literally went through PSI's exams for California, well, for every state, and put the exact, like, no one has exams that are even close to the way that I have them done out. Like, it's just, I know they don't. No one took that time to go through them and make them like that. So if you guys need some practice, awesome. Good job, Purple Gucci. You got this. Good stuff. What state were you in? So Purple Gucci recently passed her New York life broker exam. Okay, cool. Good job. Congrats. New York's a tough one. You're a smart cookie. Good stuff. Way to go. So in New York, what was that? You want to give some tips or advice here to people? If anybody wants to come on the live, just let me know. I'll bring you on. I can put the invite in here. Here, I'll put it in the chat right there. If anybody wants to click on that link, you can join up. We'll talk. We'll talk exam stuff. Anybody want to click that link? Excel is very extensive. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like super, super long. It's rough. They have to do that though. So Excel's a good company. Excel's a great company. Anybody want to join up with me? Anybody want to come on the live? All you got to do is click the link. Come on the live. Talk about the course. All right, we're gonna take that. Take Purple Gucci's comment down. Anybody got any questions about passing their exam on the first try? Oh, okay. Well, you're in New York, but if you want to give any advice to people, let me know. Let them know in the chat. I'd love for someone to come on the live too. That'll be cool. You can just click the link right there. Click that link. You can join up. Don't get discouraged. Just take time out of your day and dedication. So this is our advice. Don't get discouraged and just take time out of your day and dedication. Okay, cool. What company are you going to be working with? I'm interested to know. Let's see. New York Life. Oh, I started with New York Life. Awesome company. Awesome company. I started with New York Life. Good stuff. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, they're great. You got to work hard though. You're going to bust your ass with them. I'm telling you. Any life insurance place you're going to. Like, it's not like it's an easy business. Just don't be scared to tell everyone that you sell insurance. Don't be scared to walk around, knock on businesses' doors and just go. That's what I did when I started. I did well. I didn't care. I wasn't scared. Well, I was intimidated, but I'm like, You can't be courageous unless you're a little bit intimidated, right? You can't have courage unless you're scared. So I just knocked on the door and I went inside. I was like, yo, anybody want life insurance? That was literally my line. Like, yo, anybody want life insurance? Most people were like, no, get out of here. But I don't care. I just moved on. Oh, we got Vinny here. Vinny Valentino Bellato. Vinny, are you from New York too? Because with a name like that, you're either from Massachusetts or New York. I know that. I'm from Mass, so that looks like one of my friends' names. But AO Globe Life, cool. Globe Life, good company. Awesome. I mean, there's a lot. People can be successful working at any company. The trick, guys, is leads. So I know this is about passing your insurance exam. Oh, Tallahassee, perfect. Florida, boom. I lived in Florida for several years. I live in Puerto Rico now. I moved to Puerto Rico a couple years ago, but yeah, I sell over the phone, so I don't do anything face to face. I actually have a team of agents. I have like 100 agents on my team. Yeah, I don't bring anybody on into from here, but yeah, this is just to help people pass their exams and stuff. But yeah, growing over time, you know what I'm saying? You just got to grow. And once you start selling, you can recruit. And if anybody wants to build an agency selling insurance, then I'm approved as a certified pre-licensed education provider in like 47 states. So I'm just not in Kentucky, Minnesota, New York. So if you want to build an insurance agency, and you want to, because that's the thing, guys, that's where you make big bucks in insurance. So, that's where you make big bucks on insurance. Like recruiting. So I know some of you might be like, I don't want to hire people. Listen, you want to learn how to sell. That was perfect with Purple Gucci's question right here. I asked either, are they focused on producer as opposed to recruiter? What's your thought? So you can sell. You want to learn how to sell, but I'm telling you, you're going to make the big bucks building an agency, because that's when you build the business. So I want you guys to get into this with a business building mindset. You're not just going to recruit everybody who fogs up a mirror, right? But you want to recruit the right way, but you can provide some serious opportunities to people with this business. And if you want to grow a team, I got the best way to do it. Because if you use my pre-license course to help grow your team, I'll pay you for each enrollment that you get. So when you sign people up for the course, say you run ads on a job board or somewhere or online or something to get people to work with you. If you want to build your business, because that's what you have to do. You have to scale a company. You want to learn how to sell, then you teach other people how to sell and generate leads and stuff. So what you do is do that and learn how to sell for a few months. And then you can start recruiting people. And if you recruit people and you get them to buy the pre-licensed course, then I'll pay you for each course they get as an affiliate. So you can be an affiliate for my course too. So it's pretty cool. That's how I grew so fast, because I started, being an affiliate, and then I started my own course, which is, it took me 18 months to do, building out the pre-license courses. But think about it, right? So if you invest $1,000 a month into growing your business, recruiting, and you sell the course for whatever, and you make $1,000 off the affiliates, then you're recruiting for free. You see what I'm saying? So like, that's what I help a lot of guys do, men and women. Well, actually the women are the biggest recruiters. So they help them offset their recruiting costs. So they spend $1,000 too. Sometimes people spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month recruiting, but from selling the course, they get the money back and they just put it back into their business. So they're building their business for free. So if anybody wants any information on that, just email me right here in the chat. I'm thinking of Star Chicks. I'm thinking of getting a Medicare certificate and cover California sometimes next year. I don't know about California. Listen, California was the biggest pain in the butt for approvals. The only one closer was Minnesota. I was like, great. You know, I mean, they do their due diligence, but man. Yeah, it's just an extra course, Star Chicks. So she's talking about Medicare. Medicare is great because Medicare, you get lifetime renewals on. That's huge. If you get 1,000 Medicare clients, you're making a couple $100,000 a year in renewals, like not even getting new clients. It's dope. So it's a grind. There's big competition, but I'm assuming you speak Spanish, Star Chicks. Maybe not. I'm just assuming that because a lot of people in California speak Spanish. So I speak Spanish. I don't look like I would speak Spanish. Does it make sense to apply for an agent license and a life insurance broker license? I don't know. Purple Gucci. So she's asking, does it make sense to apply for an agent license and a life broker license? I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, email me. Yeah, so you can email me there. If anybody wants to email me about the course affiliate stuff. When I first started, I was like, I don't want to recruit. But then like I was like, just sick. I was like, I don't want to sit there and sell insurance for the rest of my life. Right. It was like, I want to grow a business. It's like if you started a burger place and you like, I don't want to cook burgers for the rest of my life. I'm going to hire someone to do it. And now I can make a little less, but I'm going to do my own thing. I got my own time. Right. So recruiting is totally fine. Like, no, I don't know what the difference is. Agent license and life insurance broker. New York's probably got a bunch of crazy rules. Old state, high population, probably a lot of fraud, you know. Don't want to. Star Chick says, I don't want to use my Spanglish. Well, I'll tell you what, come to Puerto Rico and that's like all it is. So, you know, not all it is, but hold on, my focus was kind of off there. It's not all it is, but it's a lot of Spanglish here. I was asking someone today, I was like, how do you say rinse? Because like lavar is wash, right? Like wash clothes, like lava la ropa, like wash clothes. But like, how do you say rinse? And she's like, I don't know. It's just lavar. I was like, okay. But like rinse in English, rinse means just with water, right? Rinse it off. And she's like, oh, you say lavar. And I was like, okay, well, so I looked up the word. It's enjuagar. Enjuagar. And she was like, I've never heard of that. So I was like, she's like, we say rinse. Vinny Valentino, Puerto Rico have tax advantages. Yeah. Yes, Puerto Rico does have tax advantages. I love it here though. Like I love living here. It's like not just that stuff that incentivizes me. Like I really, really like it. Quality of life is awesome. Everybody's super nice. At least where I live. The big cities, maybe people aren't as nice, but like I live in a little town on the West Coast, little beach town. It's beautiful. Love it here. So it's pretty dope. Yeah, it is. It is a mouthful, the actual word. Anybody got any questions about their insurance exam? Just drop them in the chat. But yeah, Vinny, it's dope. So if you build out your insurance agency, then it can qualify for the, you know, the incentives and stuff for taxes. Which is another thing too, guys, you gotta worry about taxes, right? So taxes when you sell insurance, you're gonna get paid commission. Most of you guys will get paid 1099, not W-2, which means you have to write stuff off to save money on your taxes. So any expense related to your business, your internet, your mortgage, you can say, you know, whatever percentage of your square footage and where you live is your home office. Maybe you drive around, depreciation on your car, your gas, oil, anything. You got to start saving those expenses so that at the end of the year, you don't have to pay as much on taxes. Purple Gucci said again, she just passed in New York. Congrats. Everybody should give a shout out here to Purple Gucci. Scored 70. She said, just try to score 70 to 80% on your practice exams and understand the progress, the products. Cool. And she took it in New York. What state are you all in? You guys drop it in the chat. Maybe I can give you some tips for your state. What state's everybody in here? Where are you all at? Get a few more minutes. Oh, annuities. Yeah. Annuities can be tough. So annuities, you want to think about, so like annuities, you get a bunch of money. Life insurance creates an estate. Okay. So life insurance creates a big chunk of cash. Annuities liquidate an estate. Okay, we got Vinny here in Florida. Annuities liquidate an estate. So you want to think when you have an annuity, it's like it's a way to take money to make sure that payments can be spread out so you don't outlive it or that they last a certain amount of time or something like that. Okay. So like, it's like if, okay, imagine if you're a kid. This is the same concept. If you're a little, remember when you guys were little kids, if you got a big birthday, like if you got a bunch of cash for your birthday, Anybody here when they were a kid get like, when you're a little kid, even you get $100, that's a lot of money. Well, at least when I was a little kid, that was a lot of money. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? When you're like a little kid, you get a bunch of money for your birthday, and your parents, and your parents hold on to it, right? And they're like, I'm just going to give you a little bit each time you need something. You guys know what I mean? Maybe some of you, I don't know. My parents did. If I got like a couple $100 for my birthday, because I had a bunch of aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff, that would mail me like $20 in a card. It benefits of my mom having 11 brothers and sisters, and my dad having 5, right, or 4. It was 4 kids in my dad's family, 11, but my mom's parents split, so her family had 5 direct, and then each of her parents remarried people who had 5 to 6. So it was like 16, right? It's a lot. So I had 15 aunts and uncles from my mom's side, 4 from my dad's. So that's like 19 people mailing me $20 every year. So it was like cha-ching, racking it up when I was a little kid. But anyways, my parents used to take the money and be like, all right, we don't trust you with $400 because you're going to go spend the whole thing on Pokemon cards, which I probably should have done. They probably should have freaking listened to me, right? Because if I spent all the money I got on Pokemon cards, I'd be rich right now, but whatever. And then they gave me a little bit of time. So an annuity is the same thing. It's like a grown-up version of it. So you get a bunch of cash and you're going to an insurance company and you're saying, hey, take my birthday money because I can't afford to, I don't know how to manage it myself. I don't want to, I want you to pay me over time. And there are some annuities that are really good too, that give like big bonuses and stuff. But that's pretty much what someone's saying. They're like, hey, I want you to take this money. I don't know where to put it to invest it, to earn interest. And I don't trust myself in not spending it all at once. And I don't want it to be at risk in the market. So we're going to give this massive life insurance company my money, and they're going to give me payments over time. Does that make sense to you guys? It's like when you're a kid, hey, mom, hold my cash so I don't spend it all on something stupid, and then give me a little bit whenever I need something, $20 a week, $30 a week, something like that. That's the same thing. That's how an annuity works. There's some different nuances in there. You want to learn like life with period certain, amount certain, I think it's called, deferred annuity, immediate annuity, fixed annuity, variable annuity. The variable annuity is kind of confusing. I have some good videos on it in my course. I draw it all out in my insurance exam mastery course and explain it on all my stuff there. My mastery course is in there. $97 guarantees you pass your exam on your first try, your money back, as long as you go through everything. Normally like $490. So Gary's in Ohio. Oh, with patience and hard work, divine timing. Thanks for this. Is take my exam tomorrow. You got this. Just study those vocabulary words. Take your test. Go through my course. Gary Wilson's in Ohio. Man, Ohio's approval. Oh my gosh. Yo, that Department of Insurance, they are like working on like 1700s times, dude. They're like, you need to mail in your applications with a check written out to the state treasurer. I'm like, dang, you need me to bring it in with a horse too? I asked the lady that. I'm like, should I deliver it with my horse-drawn carriage? Everywhere else, you can do it online, but whatever. They approved me. Ohio, pay attention to the laws. I know because of how their processes are, they're going to be on those laws. In Ohio, let me find the exam outline for you. Ohio Life Insurance Pre-License Exam Content Outline. All right. What? Ohio Life Insurance Pre-License Exam Content Outline. It's PSI. I figured. Wait, I think they use PSI. Anybody here take Ohio? Let me look real quick. Yeah, Ohio uses PSI. Ohio PSI. Let me find this here. Okay, perfect. I'm going to find this for you. Yeah, the exam outline is huge. I'm going to be putting all those in my pre-license. Thank you for reminding me of that, Vinny. I'm going to put that on my tasks for my team here, my staff. Let me see if I can find this for you, though. Oh, shoot. Please don't give me a 404. Okay, perfect. So, I don't know. They said it's here. That don't make any sense, though. Pass, fail rate per examination type, practice test and test prep. I know I got it. because I sent it. Oh, come on. Stop. Ohio life insurance pre-license exam content outline. What other states are you guys in? I know, Vinny, you were. I got PSI exams. Oh, perfect. This is it. I think that's property and casualty. Okay, yeah, this is how I found it. Dang. It's somewhere. You can Google it. I don't know why I can't find it. Maybe it's this. Let me find this one. New Hampshire. Oh, cool, Frank. I'm from Leominster, Massachusetts. Here, check this. Gary, I don't know if you're taking the life or the life and health. What I just sent you right there, go through it. If you're only taking just if you go through that, like, just forget about all the health stuff. Anything health related, don't look at it. But that's the Ohio outline for life and health. I'm going to need that, actually. So I'm going to save that right now because I need that. I'm building on all the life and health stuff now. So, well, I have it all done. I just got to put it together. Okay. So, yeah, figures. Let me put this here. 1 second, guys. Let me put this in here. If not, I'm going to forget. Okay. All right. Exam outline, huge PSI, sent it there. Okay, Frank, let me find this for you here. So New Hampshire life insurance pre-license exam content outline. Yo, but the thing is with those PSI practice exams, guys, if you take my practice exams, I took all the PSI practice exams and actual exams from PSI states, and I put them in AI to make, like, using all my content, the outlines and everything else together to make 5 to 6 different practice exams for each state that are like exactly like those, but different variations. You know what I mean? So there you're going to pay, like, I don't know, more for less for sure. And I don't even think they have the state specific material on the PSI practice exams. I think it's just general content. So yeah, I didn't copy them. That's illegal, but I took same question style and everything, and then took actual questions from Ohio that I found and put it on there. So cool. Life and health. Perfect. There you go. Preparing to take the Florida life and health insurance exam. All right. We got palm trees and paychecks. Love it. Baller. Oh, real quick, the New Hampshire dude, I'm going to put it in here for you. I don't know if you're taking the life and health in New Hampshire. Are you taking the life or the life and health? That's the life outline. And you guys see how the last one was PSI, and that's Prometric, right? So they have different styles of examinations. So super important that you get the right one. Okay. My house is making noises sometimes. It trips me out. Okay, here's the life and health for New Hampshire. Okay, Illinois. Next. I'm hooking you guys up right now. If anybody needs those practice exams too, just look in the comments. You can get them right there on that site too. But I'm going to. Okay, so we got Illinois. Is it life and health or Illinois or just life? Sorry, I just picked my nose there. That was rude. Just the changing to PSI, the changing from metrics to PSI. Yeah, so it's different. Parametric, PSI, and Pearson View, they all have different things. So, and then that's Pearson View right there for the Illinois dude. So I just put the Illinois right in there. Yeah. Star Chicks as well. Once you get it, just email me if you have any questions. And yeah, once you're locked in. Everything should be good for California. Just send me an email because I recently updated it and added it. So just send me an email. I'll go through and make sure you got enrolled in everything you need to. You should. I checked it this morning, but I'll double check. I always like trip out like that. You're taking the 1261 in New Hampshire. I put it there. That was the first link right there. Frank. Where in New Hampshire are you? I got some friends that live in Ringe and Laconia. I mean, I'm from Leominster. I'm from Central Mass, so I got a lot of family in there, up there in New Hampshire. My aunt lives in, I don't even know where. I forget. Cool. Any other states you guys want me to help out with? Frank's in the. We got Frank Kaloniadis there. Kaloniadis. I'm assuming you're Greek. Maybe not. It looks Greek to me. Florida. Okay, I thought I put the Florida in there. All right, Florida, life and health, pre-license. I literally just went through this one earlier too. Yep. So here's the Florida outline. Dairy. Okay. Yep. And then also too, if anybody wants the full courses with everything I got, vocabulary list, cliff notes, laws, all the state laws. Most people who have channels like mine, they don't have the laws either. And I'm approved in every state as a pre-license thing. Well, some people are approved for sure. But yeah, so the laws, I've had to do all the laws. So check there. And the mastery, if you want to get the full mastery course, $97 full refund if you don't pass, as long as you go through it, right? You can't like buy it and then not study it and pass. You have to actually go through the material. But yeah. Palm trees and paychecks. Cool. Sound like a hustler. All right. Anybody else have any other questions? Take advantage of all the resources that you can find on YouTube. All right. There's plenty of people just like me who have awesome channels that you can watch and listen to, and they can provide it to help you pass your exam. I'm telling you, this is super, super important. You guys can make multiple six figures, if not multiple millions of dollars selling insurance. Like you can. You're going to get out what you put in. So you have to put maximum level of effort. My first year selling insurance sucked. It was so bad. I did so poorly, but I didn't give up. And success always yields to hard work. Okay. I'm going to try to post that vocabulary video. What I'm going to do, Vinny, I think I'm going to put that in my course. I'm going to take that video, take out anywhere where I talk about my agency or anything. And then, I'm gonna just take the audio and then upload that into my pre-license course so people can just listen to it. So it's just the audio file. I'm glad that helped. Oh, I did so bad. I made like 15 grand, I think 20 grand, something like that. I've been in it since 2018, really. I'll make over $1 million this year. So you guys can do it. 10 years ago, I was shooting heroin. I was just getting clean from shooting heroin. I was addicted to heroin for like 3 to 5 years. IV user. I was a mess. So like, if I can do it, you guys can do it for sure. Just want everybody to know, like, no matter what you did, where you're from, what your background is, where you grew up, like you can. I had a good family. I was just a mess. That's all. I was like, don't do that. I'm gonna do it. That was me. Don't do drugs. Watch me. That was me. So I did that on purpose. My parents were awesome. I wasn't abused. I'm not trying to give that like sad stuff. I didn't have a silver spoon, but like, my dad did everything he could. My mom loved me. Like, it wasn't like I didn't grow up in like the hood or anything, but I didn't grow up in the nice, crazy neighborhood, but I was, regular middle class, just made some bad choices. But, if you guys want to, you guys can do it. I've seen people be successful. It's literally, that's the beautiful thing about business. Like, you can, if you out hustle someone, you can make more money. That's it. If you out hustle, that's all it is. It's just like waking up every day. I get so fired up. You got to set goals. This is how obsessed I am. I'm going to show you this. I don't have the option for life only for the mastery, but it's the same for life and health and combined and stuff. So it's, just don't look at the life stuff, the health stuff. It's all separated in there. So if it's all separated, health and life, you'll see it's labeled. But I'm going to show you guys this real quick. So this is just like a little bit. This is just like a month, but I do this every day. So I got these papers that are like, I buy 14-inch paper, 8.5 by 14. And look, I got exam content outlines from when I was building out the stuff. But I every day, I write down my goals, and I'm like, I want to retire my dad. I want a house on the beach, on the water. I want a Lamborghini. I want nice stuff. I want to travel wherever I want. I want an airplane. I want multiple houses. Like I live in Puerto Rico. I want to do a lot for the dogs on the island because there's like a lot of stray dogs that, you know, the world gave up on them. So I want to give them a little bit of hope that they can have a good life too, find them a home. So like I got my goals. You guys got to have your goals. If you don't have big goals, you're not going to make it selling insurance. You won't. You got to be like, in palm trees and paychecks, great. $5K a month. It's your goal. Just as a producer working virtually from home or traveling as digital nomad. Cool. You can do that. Cool. Like whatever your goals are, great. I'm just saying you got to be motivated by it. Like you don't have to, like my goal wasn't what I have now. It wasn't that when I started. It was less for sure. I had similar goal to that. Hey, I want to make $5K a month. And I'll be pumped. If anybody wants any insight for employment opportunities as well, wrong one. Just shoot me an email here. There we go. If anybody wants to come on the channel too, you can. I got a couple more minutes. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Oh shit, wrong one. Hold on. There. That second one. So you can email me there if anybody's like not sure where they should work or if they're questioning where they want to work or anything like that. Just send me an email. Gerard McCann. Cool. Yeah. If anybody has any questions about employment opportunities, the best place to work, or if they're not sure, I don't know, if where they are is a good spot, I'll just be transparent. I'll let you know the ups and downs, pros and cons. All right. Well, I have a real estate agent. Okay, cool. Want to become a digital nomad. Yeah, that's dope. So that's part of why I moved to Puerto Rico, right? Because I can be a digital nomad and I have tax incentives here too. So for the act here, Act 60, which is very controversial, but it's a 0% federal income tax rate. So you don't pay any federal income tax as long as your business qualifies. But you know, I'm definitely a big proponent of giving back. So like, you know, I take care of people best I can to help compensate the, you know, what I get. But yeah, you can do that. So a lot of people have moved here for that. Cool. All right. I'm going to sign off though. It was good talking to you all today. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, what is the difference? Certification exam. Oh, my bad. I ain't leaving. What is the difference between certification exam and final exam? I don't even know. I think maybe the certificate. What if you're taking exam FX, Vinny? I know is that the courses all the courses name their exams different thing. Mine's just practice exam. When you finish, you're going to have to take an actual exam through the state of Florida. So through Pearson VUE, you have to pay for it. Currently going to be working with AO Globe Life. I want to start focusing on Are You Well? They don't offer them. Gary, you can just send me an email, man. That's fine. Send me an email. Put the email in the chat. It's right here. Cool. All right. I'm out of here, guys. See ya.